Right, now that the person who was bothering me is gone, I can finally continue on my adventure, because once you start getting bothered by someone who's constantly talking to you on Skype, it makes it very tricky to play a game. So, I decided to tell them to go away. But fortunately, I leveled up, and I completely forgot to put points into my shield, but fortunately, I can just put it all the way to the max now, because we leveled up so many times in the previous area that we had a lot of skill points left to give. And that is very convenient, because armor is kind of good. It's kind of useful to have, and like I said, it might actually be a better idea to just upgrade armor before upgrading your health entirely, just because you don't get it back when you level up, but who knows. I'm not really sure what I'm going to upgrade from this point on, though. Like, every level up I'm going to get from this point, really, but I don't know. Maybe I'll just put some points into the spinning gems around me, or maybe I'll just put them into mana. I don't know. There's many choices, and all of them are okay. Like, none of it really matters anymore, because I've upgraded everything I want to upgrade, and now it's just more of a novelty, if anything else. But, you know, upgrades are still upgrades, so the more the merrier, I guess. Barely managed to get a 5,000 combo here, which is actually kind of tricky in this area, because the enemies are a bit scattered here and there. Like, over here, it's kind of tricky to keep your combo bonus going. Not even sure if it's really possible, unless maybe you jump into an enemy, or are just kind of fancy with your ranged attacks, but I am too lazy to be fancy, so I'm just gonna be lazy pants, and just keep my combo bonus a bit low. It doesn't really matter too much anymore anyway. Like, in a sense, it might actually even be better not to level up as much anymore, because I've leveled up everything I want to level up, because it means that for the harder areas, I will level up quicker, because with every level up, it takes a little bit longer to level up again. So, in a sense, it is kind of better to not do it just for the health up every time you level up again. So there's a lot of choices you could make, and there's arguably one better than the other, but yeah, I'm just gonna go with what I feel is best, and I'm gonna upgrade crystal armor, because why not? It's actually quite a bit, like, it's actually quite decent once it reaches the highest level, but if it's decent before it does, I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell, but it definitely improves, because I think with every level up, it can hit one extra time, and the first time you use it, it's kind of crap, to be perfectly honest. Like, it disappears almost instantly the moment it touches anything, and now it actually stays for a while, and because it hits so many times, like right there, I've only used the spinning things, and it just destroyed that enemy. And granted, that enemy doesn't have a lot of health to begin with, but it does sort of help against these guys as well. Like, everything just dies slightly quicker if you're standing next to it. And in that sense, it actually isn't too bad, but I'd argue that some of the upgrades are just better to get than this one. But it's like a neat thing to get at the end, I guess, just because of, well, you might as well. I mean, magic, it's okay to upgrade magic, but I'm honestly not convinced if it's worthwhile. Except for maybe maximum mana or mana regeneration. But who knows? I'm just gonna go with what I feel is the right decision, and my right decision is going to the right first, because there is stuff to collect, and I'm gonna collect all of it, because that is pretty much what we're here to do. This is just another area with more stuff and things that require collecting, and we have to get all of it, and I jump into the spikes, which is unfortunate, but, you know, it's not like we won't survive. I think there's actually health items up here. Yeah, there is. So I'm just gonna grab these, because it's not like we're ever gonna come back up to the top left over here, so might as well grab these now, so I don't really need to worry about them later. 2 locked doors here. I have no key for either of them, which is unfortunate, but, you know, we did just get a yellow key, and then we did manage to open 2 doors with it just now, so maybe we'll find those keys somewhere in the future. Who knows? Maybe they are doors that will never be opened, and we're just there to tease you, just like that yellow key earlier in like the Sky Forest area. Maybe it's like that. Maybe it's just teasable keys. Also, you can swim up faster if you use that attack underwater. And I think you actually go down faster as well, but I'm not super sure. But for some reason, it just retains your speed at which you go up while you're swimming, which is nice. I mean, it makes you swim just a little bit faster, which might make things a little bit more tolerable if you hate the swimming speeds in this game. It only works vertically though, so if you hate horizontal swimming speed, then there's really not a solution for you at all. But whatever, I think the speeds is alright at which you move. But that's just my opinion. I have to actually say, like, this game actually controls really well once you're kind of used to the controls. Like, control-wise, it's actually really good. Because, like, for me, one of the most important things about a platformer game is that you can play it. I guess, like, everything else, if you can't control your character, then it just ruins the game. Like, everything else around it has the potential of ruining the game. Like, if the music wasn't good, it could be horrible. Like, it could just be really generic in the end, just because of the music, and that would be really unfortunate. But fortunately, the music is really good as well. But I'd say control has far more priority in a game like this over anything else. Because anything else is just like an extra little thing, which just adds to the gameplay experience, really, which is cool. But I'd say this game has done pretty much everything really well, at least in a way where I really enjoy it, personally. So, there you go. Creator of the game, you made a game that I really like, so well done. Yeah. Go you. But yeah. Gonna keep on going. Might as well. We're in the end of the game after all. And we just got a blue key, but I'm not gonna use that just yet, even though we passed by a blue door earlier. We will open that a little bit later. It turned out it was not a taunting door after all. No matter what I said. Also, try not to fall down here because it's kind of annoying if you fall all the way down, but it doesn't really matter too much. I think there's spikes at the bottom, but let's be honest, just hold your shield up and there's a fairly good chance with these upgrades that you'll just block it. And immediately jump there, otherwise you're just going to fall into spikes, which is also rather unfortunate, but you are going to need to press that button, otherwise you're not going to get very far. And we get the red key. And now we're going to go back over here again, because this is probably my favorite hallway, and there's two doors that we haven't opened yet. So, let's go through the red door first, just so the blue door will still not get the respect it deserves, even though we got the blue key first. I wonder if... you probably could jump up there without moving that particular platform, but yeah, I don't really care. I'm going to do it with moving the platform, because I don't trust myself to be able to be fancy today. So I'm just going to keep on going. And interestingly enough, like these platforms, you can kind of control where they're going by jumping into them. Which, if you jump into the spikes, it doesn't really matter too much. But it is kind of a way to predict where the one above it is going and kind of try to sync them up in a way if they're just in inconvenient locations, which is good. But sadly, I'm really lazy with stuff like this, so I'm just going to jump through spikes like a silly man. Unfortunately, we blocked it, so it didn't really matter at all. And that's pretty much the main reason why I did it, because, yeah, there's just such a high chance that you'll block attacks now at such a high level of block mastery, so you might as well just jump into all the spikes with your shield up. But obviously not the ones which you can easily avoid. Also, I like these. I like these kinds of rooms for some reason. It's kind of like darkness, but less annoying, because you can still see the level around you. But though, this game actually is one of the few games that has a darkness mechanic that didn't really annoy me, because I'm going to use New Super Mario Bros. Again as an example, because that's the only game I can think of right now. But that's like darkness where you can see sort of, but it's just entirely black. You can light up the area with like stars and stuff, and with your fireballs, obviously. But it's still really kind of annoying to see. At least in this game, it just kind of is used as an atmospheric thing. Like, you can still see everything. It's just that it's a bit harder to see. But there you go. What is this thing? Golden key card. This is the first half of the key to the final chamber. The final chamber, as the game calls it. Pretty ominous name. What could it mean? I have no idea. Now, we've pretty much upgraded these two rows entirely and pretty much neglected everything on this side, but there you go. That's just what you're going to get if you give us really, really cool upgrades on the left and not as cool of an upgrade on the right side. That's just the destiny of those particular items. But yeah, let's see what's down here. I believe we... Okay, probably could have avoided that, but fortunately, power armor and the super shield and all the good stuff makes us invulnerable pretty much all the time, so that's cool. We don't need to worry about anything anymore because our entire life is swell. So, there you go. Oh, I accidentally destroyed a whole bunch of boxes. Look at these gems. Like, they're just not breaking pretty much at all during that entire battle with the big guy, the top-hatted dude. So, it's not bad. It really isn't bad at all. It's just that I don't think it's as good as some of the other upgrades that you can get, really. So that's why it's just kind of my last thing to upgrade just for the hell of it. Even though it is kind of decent in the end, let's be honest. I'm just going to jump past that guy because I really am so tired of the guys with shield. I'm actually going to jump on the left side because I think there's a moon here, yeah. Which is a bit redundant at this point, I'll admit, but there you go. And here we have it. The golden key card, it will allow us to enter the final chamber to face the all-seeing AI. And there we go. We are going to face the all-seeing AI. Here is our key card door. And there's a cherry waiting for us right here. And we're just going to fall down into a room filled with gears and a pyramid and a cage, because she's always in a cage for some reason. Oh, Fu, I'm so glad to see you. I was so worried about you. Are you alright? Now I see the reason why they have chosen you as their prime target. You are the sweetest thing, princess. Ooh.
Well, if this is not the one panda that has created all the chaos in my precious world order.
There you are. It seemed kind of random to have a giant floating pyramid in the middle of the room.
Now that you have seen what I'm capable of, you want to make a deal with me like all before you?
What? You were bullying the universe for thousands of years. You're clearly evil, and I'll end this nightmare.
But don't you want to hear my story and my plans? I've prepared quite a speech for you.
Nope, not even slightly interested in your evil jabbering. I'll just end that for you, and that's that.
This is my universe. I will punish you for your insults, Panda. Prepare for the end.
And this guy is like the worst bastard in the game. He has a lot of health, as you can probably see, and he has a wide range of attacks, which you can kind of see in a little screen. Like right now it's Pong, which is actually pretty cool, but okay, he's actually being really nice to me because this is pretty much the only attack which is not, well, one of two attacks where it's not scary to attack him, but he deals a fair amount of damage. And like this is one of those things where I'm like, why? Why is this a thing? But this is kind of tricky to avoid, but every couple of seconds he changes what attack he's doing. And he's using this again. So this is basically the pattern you'll never see, because he has like 3 other attacks which he can do, which I'm sure we'll see soon. Maybe? Okay, there we go. This is another one. This is actually another one which is not too bad, because he just throws a bubble and then he doesn't really do anything, which is cool. But if you run into him, you still take a lot of damage, so... Oh my god, this is ridiculous. Well, this is one way to make the boss really easy, at least. Just hope for the luckiest pattern in the bloody world, but... Yeah, in a moment, I'm sure he's gonna do an attack. It's completely random which attacks he does. Okay, so here's one which is slightly more annoying. He shoots a lot of projectiles all throughout the room, and it's kind of scary. And then there's this one, where the troll face appears and he shoots a bunch load of bubbles. And... it's just not a good idea to attack him during this phase, except with maybe that. But, yeah, it's just kind of scary. And those are pretty much as scary. Like, these 3 attacks, the one with the discs, the one with the troll face, and this are just kind of tricky to avoid, really. And then there's the other ones where it's just like, if you stand close to him, there's just no problem. Which is pretty much the reason why I'm just always so close to him before every attack. Because with the Pong one, you just take damage immediately if you're too far away, which is kind of annoying. But with the fireball one, like, that's kind of unfortunate when that happens. But it's fine, really. And I do so much damage that I'm pretty much probably gonna be leveling up again here. And just notice that I don't actually deal damage with the crystals around me, so that is kind of unfortunate. I didn't actually know that. I didn't realize that until now, but there you go. Just keep this up for a while. I'm sure he will stop using that bloody fireball attack soon. I'm out of mana. I'm gonna put some points into max mana because then I can use my hammer again. And it makes things a little bit more convenient. And I would like if he'd stop using this fireball now. You were so nice at the start of this battle. Why? Where did you go wrong? Oh my god. He's had it. He does not want to die today. He wants to give it all. But I am not interested in his shenanigans if I just keep this up for a little while longer. And I'm sure he will do it. There we go. Now we can deal some damage to him and everything will be cool. Look at how much damage he's taken. He's already at 5,000 damage in terms of combo bonus. Oh, hey, that's nice. That is very nice, actually. Just keep this up, jump over him, and then go back again. And go to the other side, because even though every single part of this pyramid does damage. Oh, and there's this attack. He hasn't done this before. Yay, he drops random stuff from the ceiling. Cool. But I'm gonna kill him now because I kind of don't want to die. Die. Thank you. Okay. And he explodes in a kind of undramatic fashion, but he's dead. I'm kind of glad he actually did all the attacks in the end, even though he kept that last one for the end. That last one's actually really tricky to avoid sometimes because it's completely random where those projectiles fall down. But there you go. Let's talk to her and end all of this.
Fu and the princess looked each other in the eyes. The adventure was over. The princess was finally saved at last.
So, Fu breaks the silence. Are you hungry, princess?
From that moment, the two were inseparable. An awesome future awaits. The evil frequencies were gone, and the sheep could finally see the truth. They quickly began reprogramming the robots, so they would become friendly and helpful to them. After the management was gone, the sheep were finally free to live happily. They realized that the world was full of love and joy. All the fear and evil was never real. The end.
And I like the little sheep with the book, and I also like the bunny. Not gonna lie, the bunny helps. The bunny adds to the game. And a thank you for playing, because that was the end of the game. And here comes the credits. So, that was Super Panda Adventures, and I actually really enjoyed this game. The credits seem slightly arbitrary, but there you go. Sometimes you just gotta have credits, even though there's 2 people in total that worked on the game. Like, you might as well. Like, might as well have fun with the game if you're the only one making it. And you have another person for music. But yeah, even The Dishwasher by Paul Schneider. But yeah, I personally really enjoyed this game. It's not really available in many places right now. I think it's on Steam Greenlight at the moment of recording this. And it would actually be pretty cool if this game was on Steam at some point, but yeah, I don't know. I really enjoyed this game, and I would even after seeing it, I would recommend people to play it because it is really interesting. It has the enemies in the credits, and I think that's really cool. Like, I always love this in old games where it would just show off the names of all the enemies, like it did in like Donkey Kong Country and stuff like that. Like, I really enjoyed that, and they really don't do that very often anymore, and I find that really unfortunate. But this game does it, even though there's like Groucho Bot, an ugly bot. Like, he doesn't look that bad. He looks pretty cool. He just looks a bit goofy is all. And Turd Guy and Classy Bot. Like, you know. There you go. And James Dean, who did the music. And some communities where I'm sadly not very familiar with, but there you go. I would recommend playing this game if you like platformers, because it is quite amusing, and there's a few hours of fun. And it is actually quite a tricky game as well. And it's in memory of Katya, who's cute. But yeah, that was the end of Super Panda Adventures. I personally really enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it, and I hope you guys maybe enjoyed playing it as well, because it is really good. It has awesome music, it has awesome gameplay, and it has actually pretty good writing as well. Like, most platformers are not really known for their writing, but this game has pretty decent writing in my opinion. And I enjoyed it, and there's the website where you can get it, I guess, and yeah, that is that. That is the end of our adventure. And I'm pressing start to go back to the main menu, where it shows us the main title screen. Doesn't actually save the game after you beat the boss, so you don't really get anything extra, and you can just watch the credits at any point in time to see the exact same credit sequence. But we're not going to do that. We are going to end this for now. So I hope you enjoyed it so far, and the next time we play, we're going to be playing a different game. Bye bye.